And this morning I'm reviewing the iKon 102. It's got a derby blade in it, not sure how many shaves, I'd say at least a couple. Okay, I think I will use this morning the sandalwood pre-shave oil. Bought it when I got the, just what the heck. We'll go for the full sandalwood smell this morning. And to finish up, I've got the, make sure you get it down. I notice everybody's face is different. Some people get a lot more hair down here, and I'm really glad that I don't have too much. The little bit I got causes me grief. Some people have beard hair where you really don't want it, because shaving down your neck, very prone to ingrown hairs, very prone to razor burn. Additionally, nicks, particularly if you're younger, a lot of acne, very difficult to keep clear of things. Now, so this morning, I have shaved for 2 days in a row. And for 2 days, I've tried to get this shave video up. And for 2 days, something has gone wrong. We've had mail calls that, well, weren't mail calls. We've had people interrupt. This morning I'm hoping for a nice quiet shave. Now for 2 days I've had BBS shaves out of this razor, extremely smooth. In fact, the Dorco blade is brilliant in this. I'm not a fan of the Dorco blades generally. They're very, very smooth, stay sharp for quite a few shaves, but they don't feel sharp. They're definitely a milder blade. However they did the grind in the factory on the edges, it's a milder grade. It's not feather sharps. Feather tend to get blunt a lot quicker because they're so sharp. You notice the reduction in sharpness. You really don't notice much. Plenty of shaving cream. If you haven't got yourself a puck of the hard soap or some soft soap in the sandalwood, shout yourself. What it costs over per shave, it's a tuppence. Generally, I like my harder soaps because I think I got water, comes free out of the tap. But when such a small amount makes such a big difference, and some of the harder soaps, in theory, to get the best out of them, you got to wet them and soak them, and don't have to worry about that with Crope. Also, the amount that you waste in over wetting your soap is pretty significant. Making Crope probably, particularly when a small dollop goes off and gets you this sort of shaving lather. It's just beautiful. Now I can see why people like the 102 Slant. I like the above the tie slant simply because it's a very mild slant. It's the slant you have when you don't know you're having a slant. What I do notice with this one is, and now I say it's sharp regrowth, and when I got to think about it, I realised it's probably not sharp, it's probably even. When you shave with a regular razor, there's some tugging of your hair and it cuts at an angle, I think. I actually think slants cut so efficiently, they cut the hair off flat, just poof. And when it grows, that flat edge is the hard edge that I'm calling sharp. It could well be, now I'm not a scientist, if someone out there has additional scientific explanation, it does cut your hair differently to any straight bar or open comb razor that's not a slant. And I can only put that down to the fact that it is an efficient cutter. What I have noticed is on my cheeks is incredibly close shave, smooth all day. And then when it comes back of an evening or overnight, particularly the next morning, I do notice when I feel my face. To be honest, you could probably shave every 2 days in my case. because the regrowth really takes about, I'd say 18 to 20 hours before you can really feel it. But I like shaving, and heck, if it's a good day and I've got nothing else to do, I'll shave twice a day. When you got this one shaving cream, you can pretty much, and as long as you're using good techniques, you can shave to your heart's content. If you enjoy it, do it. Now, you might want to fast forward to the end, but pretty much, if you can lock onto one of these, the thing I like about the 102, the baby slant stealth thing, you give things a cool name when they look like a pig. And the thing's so flippin' fat. Now, I can see that being really efficient for down your cheeks. But I can also see it being a pain in the ass trying to get something so fat under your nose area to go and shave this, or sometimes around your chin. You don't have this problem. And the 103 and 4, which are the open comb and the new tech. Right, now we're getting down to beard reduction. So if you want to skip the beard reduction, the last 5 minutes will be, see, even after all that, there's still plenty of shaving cream. The thing about beard reduction is beard reduction takes a while, and you've got to stretch your skin, you've got to go in a few directions, and it takes time. To be honest, it's the best bit of the shave. I used to hate it. But the new 103 and 4 are much thinner. Let me show you in a second. Oh, I'm enjoying this. Let's see if I've got anything else just around the corner here. Still hear it cutting hairs. Like I said, I shaved a baby smooth, so if I can't do that. Now, compared to the Mueller, the Merca 37C, I really don't have a lot of love for my 37C. It was my only razor. I would get exceptionally good at it. I'd work out the right blade, I'd work out the right shaving soap, I'd work out the right pre-shave, post-shave, work out which bits I could go against the grain and which bit I could just leave it as it is. Just a tiny bit. Going that way. The thing about shaving is your hair's growing while you're doing it. Not a lot, you know. But when you wet your face again, or sometimes even after you put on a bit of shaving cream or something, you'll just hit a patch. As long as it's got lubricant, it's usually safe to run over gently. Never go over a dry face. Cutting your hair dry, it's like barbed wire with 10 snips. Not a good idea. All right, let's go off and run the element. It's nice. Couple of seconds of tingle and that's gone. So again, for the last few days, my shaves with this razor have been excellent. It's about the first slant I would recommend for people. If they're going to get one, this would be it. If they want to go higher and they're okay with the cost and the manufacture, maybe the above the tie S1, or if you like the idea of an open comb, S2. Well, I'm really happy with my shave. Love, and you notice this morning my coffee cup got bumped to the shelf behind me. Love this. It's got a small bump in them which allows your brush to get a good bit of lather. In fact, if I whacked a bit of water on there, just the leftover lather, and I just give it a quick, and it wouldn't take long, and you'd have shaving cream back in the bottom of this. You know, it's actually a really good design. Unfortunately, porcelain. So I've got tiled floors. This will only ever make one drop in its life, and then it's bye-bye. So I'd rather drop a $2 coffee cup than a $30. But beautiful bowl, and for the time being, I think it's going to stay on my sink. Coffee cup can have a rest. I want to beautify my coffee cup and find someone who can make me a custom one, but yes, I have ideas, I have plans. Then I get out of bed and I forget what they are. Right, we'll just dry off my brush. Again, synthetic fibres of the Black Mueller version 2. Quite pretty with its little icon there. Don't want to see me, you want to see the brush. Fantastic. Got this from something else. It's just the right size for popping that on. I think it came with the plastic one, but I don't like plastic that much. Not for that one. It looks pretty. Anyway, post shave, some Thayers. Because there's witches in it. Witch is witch. You can't eat a happy medium. There's laws against it. And to finish up, some Nivea. It's cheap. It's soothing. And your face feels fantastic. Now, it's rather thick, and a bottle like that will last you a long time. It is pretty sure it's the same, where is it? Pre-shave, apply, Taylor's of Old Bond Street, and sandalwood. And it's beautiful. And for a scent this morning, actually, we'll pair that with the, what do we got? Taylor's of Bond Street Sandalwood. Purchased online from the UK that don't seem to have any problem shipping things to Australia, unlike you Americans that seem to obey all your laws that make shipping aftershave is difficult. But the UK, you order it, they send it to you. Do I recommend it? Yes. It's sitting on my MR5 handle. The handle that it came with, now it's sitting on a old 1930s Gillette long comb, is a short little bee buzzer. I mean, side by side you can see a little short. I had to toss it on something, so it's got anyway, that's the handle that it came with. I just put it on the old Gillette long comb, and we was paid forward from Pete, thanks. Now this is a nice razor. Put it on a nice handle. You got beautiful shave of the days, but the thing I like is the grip on this handle, the MR5 handle. I've got other handles, you know, everything from flats to traditional Muellers and Mercer handles, etc. They all come off and they get replaced with these. You know, trying to think, as you can see. Someone said, do you have any proof you got more than one? I've got a whole roll of them. There you go. Good handle. Shave is the important bit. Made for mild blades. I started out with feathers. I didn't like the razor that much. It shaved, but I did get some around the neck area. Just discovered a bit more I could grab. Yeah, just discovered, like I said, there's enough moisture and my face is nice and smooth, and quite frankly, like a water ski on this face at the moment. For about 70 bucks. You can get them for about £30 from Knot Shaving in the UK. Spelling of that's a bit odd. It comes up as Suffolk Shaving Supplies on my credit card via an eBay thing. I've ordered several things off them. It's pretty cheap. You get it, put your favourite handle on it. a Magard, the same sort of handles available, slightly thinner, but pretty much the same. You couldn't tell them apart. You could feel the difference. They are slightly thinner. The two there side by side. This one is slightly thinner, but pretty much the same. They're the D-01s or something. They come with a head, which I have one sitting here that I can grab this a second, which seems to be pretty much a Chinese knockoff of the Mueller and Mercer and Edwin Jagger, just standard bar razor. You know, perfectly good, nice shaves from it too. I like this. I recommend if you're looking for your first premium razor to either go the 26C if you want an open comb. In my opinion, as a start open comb, this is far surpassing one's worth 5 to 6 times the price. And if you're looking for a slant, the 102. If you like the idea of a better open comb, maybe jump up to the 103, the Tech. And as you can see, they have shrunk and they're actually a lot thinner now, which makes getting up in this area so much easier. This cap's fine. You're using it on an angle anyway, and you can always tilt your head back. I mean, it's not like it's fixed in place. These are excellent razors. They are engineered. I've had no trouble getting blade alignment. You drop it in, you tighten it up, it's perfect. Build quality, scratch resistant, feels nice. Now, I'm going to say something here. DLC coating, good or bad? It's basically the same razor. And DLC coating is called diamond-like coating. Now, my opinion of coatings are coatings get scratched. They stuff up. Light will affect them, all sorts of things. Is diamond coating going to be good in 100 years? Well, you look at your fry pan. They've got all the fancy coatings, non-stick, titanium, Teflon, whatever. And you go and look at your fry pan right now, and you're going to go, oh my God, what happened to this on TV? Flip out the egg, no butter, no fat, perfect fry pan that was perfect on TV and it's full of scratches and whatever. I don't trust a single coating. I prefer my stuff because this is smooth as, just smooth, yes, just smooth as. Does it need DLC coating? No, it is a gimmick. It's a gimmick designed to get you to spend more money, to pay an extra $30, $40, $50 for basically a coating that you can live without. Don't need it, don't want it, won't buy anything with it. It sounds good, in practice it's BS. So, you know, these things happen, and I'm not knocking the company for putting it on, giving people the option of paying extra. But getting DLC coating off so you can refurb your razor is tricky. Now, the thing about, let me grab this, hose is going on a bit, but okay. Now we're talking about stuff I'm interested in. This is the above the tie stainless steel and sitting on the original Kronos handle. Now this is a beautiful, this was so tight when I got it, so perfectly machined. It took me 5 minutes to get the cap and the head apart. They just sat in there and they were making sweet, sweet razor love together. And I couldn't get the bastards apart, you know. I want to put a blade in and see what it cut like, and nope, not happening. Okay, and as I've used it, it's just had a little bit of freeing up and it's perfect. The thing about these coatings, because I'm into watches, and a lot of watches come coated, and I'm not a fan of them. The thing about these are steel and aluminium can to some extent be self-healing, i.e. you can use soft polishes and you can actually massage and make near invisible scratches and bumps, etc. As soon as you've got a coating on your razor, whether it's been chromed, nickeled, rhodiumed, and I like rhodium, it's probably one of the better coatings if you're going to put one on something. As soon as you coat something, particularly if you want to go fancy and go gold, as soon as you've scratched it, now gold's got a little bit of healing properties, but unfortunately with the cost of gold, you don't think they played it thick enough for you to go and rough and buff and go and get it down. The fact is, gold looks good, but you shouldn't actually put it out, use it, shave with it, and put it anywhere it can get bumped. You've got to keep it in cotton wool, and it's a keepsake. Just for that reason, you know, the old ones, they plated them thicker, they lasted longer. It's taken nearly 100 years for the gold plating to wear off a lot of old razors that were done by the companies. Whereas today's gold, they're not going to put the thickness that you need. Everybody claims they plate theirs thickly. Yeah, well, believe it when I see it. And I've bought a gold plated one from Razor Emporium and I'm happy with it. But I don't leave it out because I don't trust getting scratches, bumps and things with it. I'll have a birthday shave, I might do a shave review and then it goes back in the box where it's safe. Protecting your blades are not such a big worry if they're not coated. You can buff out anything and you can keep the life of your razor running into generations. This is Steve signing off, remembering the wet shaver's prayer: good food, good friends, good shaves, amen. And remember, well, it's nice to be important. It's far more important to be nice. Goodbye.